So for my topic, I picked social problems of gender inequality. The history of gender inequality goes all the way back to 1777 when a law was passed in all states taking away the women's right to vote. In 1866, the 14th Amendment was passed. 1963, the Equal Pay Act is passed. To 1994, the Violence Against Women Acts funds service for victims of rape and domestic violence. And in 2013, the ban against women in the military was removed. The scope of society. From the scope of society, many women are still not getting jobs that they are qualified for because of men. If a company is mainly made up of men and there is a job opening and a woman and a man are the front runners for this job, it is more likely that the woman will not be picked for the job as the men would. My personal experience of gender inequality went back to 2010 when my mom was working at a very small college in our small town, and she was brought in for a meeting saying that her job and a man's job was up to be cut because of budget cuts. After many weeks of them being interviewed by the person, my mom's job was cut even though she was more experienced than the man. And since then, my mom has not been able to find a job close to our home, which she has now picked a job where she has to live 8 hours away from family because of this. The relation to class topic is gender inequality relates to the topic of social stratisfaction. Social stratisfaction is where certain types of people seem to have more power and can be more important than other groups of people. Social stratification views sexism in terms of wealth and power. For example, there is a wage gap that affects many women today. The U.S. Census reports that women make 77 cents to the dollar than a white male makes. When looking at race, there is also a report that black women make 61 cents to the dollar and Latino women make 53 cents to the dollar. The framework for this is conflict theory is when domination and power is used to keep social order. This relates to men having power over women to keep their status and remain dominant. Functionalism sees society as a big system that works together to keep stability. This relates to the problem that when men keep the higher paying jobs and create a separation for the woman in the job market. Symbolic interaction theory looks at way people treat and interact with each other. This relates when men treat women differently because of their gender, not based on their education and job performance.